Today's video is brought to you by Squarespace, the platform with all-in-one features for entrepreneurs, artists, creators, small business owners, and anyone who wants to develop a website. Squarespace makes it easy to create a website, sell your own content, products, services, and more all in one place on your terms. And thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. Hello there, how are you all doing? I hope you're all doing well. So, we're going back and we're trying it again. So about 5-6 months ago, I started seeing some ads for a new art box brand called Grabby. Grabby was promoting hardcore Grabby boxes. No matter where I went, Facebook, Instagram, I was getting ads for this art brand called Grabby, and I had not heard of them before. All I knew was that they had some very aesthetically pleasing art product boxes that had beautiful designs on them, and they looked really, really cool. Unfortunately, I purchased one and it was not what I was expecting whatsoever. Based on all the other art boxes that I had opened, Grabby's art box at the time was the worst one that I had ever opened. The main reason being it was a $50 art box, which is already a very premium price for an art box. And inside, the products were ones that I had never heard of before. And once I Googled the names of the products to figure out where they were from, a lot of them were made in China, and I found them on websites like AliExpress. So these are in fact sold on AliExpress. 12 color pencils from Noble, $2.97 on AliExpress. As you can imagine, I was very disappointed, and a lot of people said to me as well, like, oh no, this is so disappointing, I was gonna try it, or I got this art box too and I loved it. So many differing opinions. I said I would give this art box another try because it was new, maybe they were finding their feet. And today, we have a Grabie art box. I'm excited to see if it's the same as before or if they've done something different this time, because this has a beautiful design on it once again. This is not the same as it was last time. I'm not sure if they change it up every month or if they change it up every few months, but I will say, once again, the design of the box is the most beautiful one that I have seen. They really put a lot of detail into the box. Yeah, I'm gonna see how it is this time.
Crossing my fingers.
Okay, opening it up. May the art be with you. I love how they design the inside too. I know from experience with trying to buy boxes with branding on it, it's not cheap to buy branded boxes, let alone boxes that have the design on the inside as well. So they definitely spent a pretty penny getting these nice boxes when they didn't necessarily need to. We have Happy Time December. So this is the December box. You can tell a lot of thought went into this. Like, it's not just thrown in a box, which I do appreciate. Good wishes. It's cute. That's cute paper. Okay. Already, I am very happy to see that this does contain some Grabby branded art supplies. Before, there was nothing Grabby themed in it, which I thought was a little bit weird because they do sell their own line of products. Like, they have watercolors, they have pens, fine liners, I think. They have a whole host of things, but there was nothing from that line in that box that I opened. Right off the bat though, I'm seeing 2 sets of Grabby watercolors, which is nice to see. I'm very happy to see that. Inside here have, ooh, okay, so we have some metallic watercolors here. These are very nice, I will say. Very, very metallic. We'll swatch them in a sec because they did come with a swatch card. But yeah, I'm really happy to see that. I'm very happy they're doing something like that. And then inside this set, we have Grabby holiday colors. So these are the holiday colors. I'm excited to try these to see how good they are, because people were telling me they've tried Grabby products before and they really liked them. It was just the art box that was kind of disappointing. I had a couple people tell me they were disappointed in the art box, but they liked the scrapbooking box. So maybe I'll give that a try if this doesn't go too well. Let's go ahead and give those a swatch. One thing I like about Grabby is they do post a picture of what is inside the art box if you do want to see it before you purchase it. That is something that you don't normally get with an art box, so you kind of can see what you're going to be getting before you get it. And they also went so far as to have a little swatch card, which is very nice too, because they're always, you know, good to have inside. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch some of these, see what the quality is like. Wow, okay, I'm impressed. Usually metallic shades can be quite iffy. Like, it doesn't take much for a metallic shade to be bad. These ones are decent though. Obviously, can't speak for the light fastness of them, but pigmentation wise, they're very nice. Can't complain. Okay, so here we have our little swatch card for the metallic colours. Very nice colour set, really like them. So let's try the holiday colours now. I would even go so far as to say these apply way nicer than a lot of other watercolours that I've tried before. There's kind of a smoothness to them, and they're all very decently pigmented as well. Okay, so these are the swatch cards. So this is the holiday colours, as you can see. Very rich and pigmented. I'm incredibly impressed by how pigmented they are, and this is the metallic colors, so you can kind of see the shimmer that they all have. So I will say, so far, very impressed with Grabby watercolors. I haven't used them in like a full painting yet, but I'm impressed so far. Next up, we have some washi tape. That's exciting. And they both say Grabby on them. So if you look all the way around, they have Grabby on them. So again, we do have a Grabby branded product, which is nice because they would have paid more for getting them with their own branding on than if they just bought cheap washi tape from somewhere else. I'm a harsh critic for washi tape. I don't know why, because I barely use it, but I've used some really good washi tape, and then I've used some bad washi tape that's ripped my paper up, and then I've also used bad washi tape that doesn't stick well and just like peels up all the time. So let's see. I am going to tape some down on this paper and see by the end of the video if it's still sticking. And if it is, good. That's a good sign. Is this a brochure? November theme gets ink-spired. I think this is the wrong brochure. This is for the November box, but I'm glad to see that they do have brochures now. I'm very glad to see that because last time they didn't, and that was like my biggest gripe. Next up, we have a watercolor coloring book. So inside there's 10 sheets. I love this actually. I think that's a really lovely idea, and I can honestly say I've never seen that before in an art box. That's something that's had an actual like coloring book to it. Normally they'll give you a pad, and the pad will just be like plain sheets to do whatever you want with, but I love that this is a little bit more specific, so you have actual designs in there. So if you are someone that wants to be creative but maybe isn't the most creative, you've got kind of like some prompts right there, which makes it nice. I like that because they've actually gone to the effort of not only supplying their own watercolor pages, but they've actually gone so far as to not only make artwork and designs, but they've actually printed it on the paper for you to use, which is really nice. I'm definitely going to give this a go and use the watercolors on this in a little bit later on in the video. But so far, like Grabby, this is so much better than it was before. Like, I don't know if it's this way every single month. So if you know other Grabby boxes you've tried, feel free to let me know in the comments down below if it's significantly better now, or if it's maybe just this box is really, really good, or maybe I just got a really, really not good one last time. But so far, so good. Next up, we have a Grabby. Oh, yes! Okay, so I actually saw this on the Grabby website recently. They had this really cool advent calendar that sold out, and I haven't unfortunately been able to get a hold of it. And I didn't think that it was worth me reaching out to the Grabby team, because I figured after my video basically saying, this is my least favorite art box I've ever opened, they're not going to be interested in helping me try more of their stuff. But I saw this on their website, and I've seen things like this before, but I just thought it was really nicely done. It's their 2024 like calendar, so from memory each month is like a page that you paint on yourself. We've got like a stand here. Each page is very simple, but it's nice too because you've got like the calendar months each month. It's completely blank up here, so you could actually just paint something based on the theme of the month. And again, that is a really creative thing to do, and I love that they've included it. And I also really like that the art supplies, how does this go? Is it like that? Okay, there we go. So it sits on the side like that, and I guess either at the start of the month or the end, you could actually go ahead and just paint whatever you wanted on there. And it's also in a really nice little packet. Everything is so nicely themed. This is exactly what I was hoping it would be last time, and it wasn't.
Now a little bit more about our sponsor today, Squarespace. With Squarespace, you can build your own website, online store with ease. Whether you're an artist wanting a simple portfolio or you're selling your products, Squarespace allows you to sell physical products, digital downloads, or services. You can even sell memberships on your website so people can access exclusive features and content on parts of your website. Squarespace has all of the tools you need to make anything you need possible. They also make it really easy to sell custom merch without the hassle and money involved in getting the stock yourself. You design the product, and through Squarespace features, they can handle production, inventory, and shipping for you. Their drag and drop technology is amazing. With their new Fluid engine, it makes it easier than ever to customize every design detail. You don't need to learn any code, drag and drop everything, and make it seamless between devices. So if you want to check out Squarespace for yourself, go to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/CHLOEROSEART to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. And once again, thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video.
Next up, we have a Grabby sticker. This is not a vinyl sticker, like this is just like a paper sticker, but honestly, after a while, you just get sick of the stickers in art boxes. Like, you're not gonna stick all of them to your computer or your Stanley cup, are you? It just gets boring after a while. So more eco-friendly because it's paper. And then lastly, we have a, we have a paintbrush. We have a grey paint roll with paintbrushes inside. Okay. It's quite a cheap paint roll, but I don't really care, to be honest. I'm not really someone that uses them very often, but it looks like we have Grabby synthetic round brushes. I like to think that I know a good paintbrush when I see one. Feels nice. There's a nice weight to it. It's not plastic. And it's not super light either, so it doesn't feel cheap. It has the crimping, which is good. It's a premium paintbrush, apparently. So this is obviously a premium one from their line. And we have several here. I've never actually seen this kind of synthetic before, so I'm not sure what kind of synthetic it's supposed to be. But they do have a nice range here of round brushes. Generally speaking, I wouldn't want an entire set of round brushes, but when it comes to watercolor, they're generally the best paintbrushes to have, so it only makes sense. But this is how they look. You have a 2, 4, 6, 8, and a 10. I love the vibe though. They feel and kind of, they look premium, which is good. They don't appear to be shedding at all, which is good. That's always a good sign. You don't, end up with 2 paintbrush fibers left on your paintbrush when you're done painting. That is everything inside the box. So right now, I will say hands down, a million times better than the July box. So much better. I will say it is unusual for an art box to have just their products in it, but everything they have included is very nice quality. Like, I cannot say that their brand and their line of products feel cheap, because they don't. And I know a lot of people in the comments had mentioned to me that they weren't impressed with the art box. Some people told me they were impressed with the scrapbook box, but other people also told me that they liked their line of art supplies. So it makes me so happy to see this, because already so much better. The 12-month watercolor calendar set sold for $16.99, which I think it's a little bit expensive, but I mean, they're able to sell things for what they want to. And this was, so that's $16.99. So this is $32.99 on their website right now. Already is a huge chunk of this box. Then you also have the Grabby watercolors, the 12-piece set. You have 24 total. So they have a watercolor pocket set of 12 for $14.99 on their website right now. So that is another $30 right there. Then of course we have the coloring book, which is a set of 10. They do have a set on their website right now with 15 sheets, a watercolor coloring book for $17. So this would be like, I don't know, around 14. So already we are at the value of the box based on individual prices for this is way over what we paid for the box, which makes me as the customer feel like I got a good deal. Let me know right now in the comments down below if you think this was a good value box, because last time I asked the same thing and everyone had a varying opinion. So I'm curious to know, if you got this box, would you feel like you got a good deal or not? I'm gonna do a little coloring page with some of the watercolor, because that seems like something that I would like to do with the products inside. I'm gonna do these red. We'll give these a rating as well when we're done. Wow, that purple is really nice. They seem to blend really nicely, which is a bonus. Okay. Really like this brush. It does feel very nice quality. Also really liking the watercolors. I don't really have any complaints right now about any of it. So definitely feel that this is a higher quality product. I definitely wouldn't say that it's, it's cheap or they've put in cheap products, because, it doesn't feel like that at all. therapeutic to do some colouring with watercolours. I don't think I've ever done that before, actually. I mean, I've done my own drawings, obviously, with watercolour, but I've never actually done something like this before with an already made design. So it's actually a very, very therapeutic idea. Okay, I'm actually gonna try out some of the metallic because I haven't actually used these yet. And I don't necessarily need to use them as a topper because they're pretty on their own, but I think I'm gonna apply them as a little bit of a topper. Okay, so these colours are all very beautiful. I can't really complain about any of them. They're all pretty pigmented and do a good job. Even the metallic ones, which is fairly unusual because usually with metallic colours, you do find some that aren't that good. But I really can't complain too much about any of them. They're doing pretty good. And I feel like colour-wise, they look very vibrant. I mean, they're kind of muddy, but that's just because I'm not very good with watercolor. But yeah, generally speaking, you can make them as opaque or pigmented as you want, depending on how much water you add. So, you know, can't really complain there. They all look really good. Adding some final finishing touches. There we go. So this is the final piece. What do you think? That was very, very fun to do, I will say. It took me around, I want to say half an hour to do this. So you do have a good amount of time with things to do if you wanted to do all of those pages. And you also obviously have this activity as well, which is kind of something that gives you stuff to do the whole year through, which is nice as well. The sticky tape, the Grabby sticky tape, has in fact stayed, so 10 out of 10. Also didn't rip the paper up, so good washi tape. I like that a lot. But yeah, this is how this came out. Okay, so now you've seen everything from the Grabby box. Feel free to let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on the quality of the products. And again, let me know if you think this box was worth the price. I just love a good story when it involves things getting better. I'm not sure if every single month is this good. Obviously, art boxes will have months where they're good, where they're not good. From what I've seen, Grabby doesn't have boxes that are always 100% of the time their products, and that's kind of understandable in a sense because you're gonna run out of your stuff, aren't you? I'm not 100% won over just yet. I definitely want to give it a try again in the future, just random to see how it goes. But yeah, for now, good job, Grabby. I really liked this box. If you just wanted to get their art supplies on their website, I would honestly give them a solid 9 out of 10 because I have no complaints, especially over the watercolors. Very, very good. But yes, for now, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next video.